Howdy folks, here's an update on the No Name project. As you can see, there's some changes and we'll talk about them soon. Alright folks, just like I said, we got an update on the No Name project so far. Got to figure out a name for it eventually here. Anyway, I got some new rubbers for it. M.E. Miller Tire, of course, hooked me up here. I didn't realize, and this will get fixed, I'm going to get different rims. But that just, it doesn't look right, those 612s on the 8.5 rims. So I'm going to get some 7.5 inch rims so that they, of course, the greasy ones on top. Anyway, so they look like that. Yeah. Then I got the tri-ribs, of course. I got the transmission back out in the garage from in the house, and I've been working on its problems. It's got enough of them. I think the transmission's good. It just needs a seal. Actually, 2 seals. It needs the one on the for the brake drum there, and an axle seal on this side. And it should be good. I just have to get that hitch plate off, and I have a feeling I'm going to break bolts and have to re-drill them. Or say screw it and fish the transmission out of that thing. But then that won't be a roller. I like rolling things. They're easier to deal with. There's Knocker watching over everything. So anyway, about a gallon of water came out of that thing. It was extremely nasty. And all the oil that came out afterwards was very rusty, so I'm a little worried about that too. Beyond that, I've got my parts for the exhaust. I got those wheels on there too, so my project now is to get the exhaust on, and I'll show you a little bit about that in a moment when I'm set up for it. Okay, so this exhaust here, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. This is the best way to do it in my opinion. You can't do it any better than this. This is a 7-inch pipe. I actually I couldn't find anyone who cuts in threads pipe anymore. So I found this on Amazon actually for really cheap, which wasn't bad at all. So anyway, I got this fitting here, but to make life easier, I got a hold of these. These are just jam nuts or lock nuts, whatever you want to call them. They go on there, and then you put your piece on there. In this case, you know, because it's tapered, life has got to be a little more difficult than it should, but that's just the nature of the game with tapered stuff. So anyway, we'll put one end into the motor, and then the other end gets this threaded on like so, maybe without this because that doesn't go, and then this just sits in here. And I went with a taller one than the last one, so I actually have more meat, and the other one only sticks up about an inch. So, on Knocker anyway. This one's taller, so I have more to clamp onto with the exhaust clamp. So anyway, I'll show you on the motor in a moment, well, it'll be less than a moment for you, what this is going to look like on the tractor. Okay, so I ditched that locking ring. These are different locking rings than I had before. So for whatever reason, I'm only getting like 3 threads into the motor, and I really don't like that. So I'm just going to use my good old pipe wrench here. Tighten that on there good. And, you know, just anybody kind of knows that this stuff is going to get rusty and it ain't going to move. And it's going to be a pain in the ass to take out later, should you change your mind. So anyway, let me just put this on here too. This is the little bit harder one to deal with because you want it to face a certain direction. But that's easy enough to do as well if you got channel locks in better hands than me. That thread's on pretty tight. Now, It's a little hard to tell in the video, but I'm going off just the top of the engine by looking at it to see if it's vertical and it's not off at an angle. So anyway, I'll get the muffler and I'll show you the rest of it here. So it's pretty simple. Okay, so that's how it looks with the stack on it and your clamp tightened up. Now one thing you will have to do is, I didn't like it with knocker, was there wasn't a whole lot of meat here to hold on to. So I moved this up so there's slots cut into that base of the muffler there, the inlet tube. And I cut those higher up so it has more flex around here to clamp in around that pipe that's in there. And then you just tighten it up and it'll be on there nice and solid. Then you just trim these so there's just a little bit of thread sticking out. And then your hood will clear it when you pull the hood down. Right now we'll rub. And we don't want that because we don't want to ruin our hood. But anyway, this here is my Sears Suburban exhaust. The muffler I use on these is the IH-1 from Stanley. The AC one is a lot taller than this, and I think it's too much weight because the only thing supporting it is right here on the engine block, and if you break that, your block is ruined. It's done for. So it's just easier if you don't ruin it by putting too much weight on and using the lighter. Here's those slots. They're actually cut up into here, which you can't see. I cut them maybe another 1/4 inch, which helped. And you can see how that one folded in right there. These ones could probably fold in a little more if I tighten it up some more, but it's actually on there pretty solid right now. So that's my update on the No Name project and the tires and the exhaust. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. There's a few projects coming down the line. A few other big things that are possibilities, maybe not. That'll be coming up, so keep tuned.